I think it's starting. Oh God, we're live. Hey guys, what's up? Team with Manful Yoga. Mark's joining me shortly. Getting ready. Mark, pull your mat over just a little bit, and then we'll get started and pull mine over. Just get centered here. So Mark, for those of you who do not recognize Mark, Mark is dusting off my dirty mat right now. But Mark is a yoga instructor in San Francisco. He has his own thing called Mighty Collective, and Mark and I worked together on some Manful Yoga videos back in September. We're still working on them. They have an indefinite completion date. We're working on it, but we both have a lot going on. So anyways, he is in Austin for one day, so I was like, you have to come hang out and make a yoga video with me. Of course. So luckily, I have this Monday session available, so we decided to make a flow session. Today is going to be focused. Mark, do you want to say anything before we get started? Or?
Nope, I'm just going to let you take this thing and I'll just kind of ride the wave. So,
all right, awesome. Today we're going to be doing a full body flow session, focusing on back, focusing on twist. So a lot of stuff that I'd say most workout programs neglect. If you're a weightlifter, if you're an athlete, you don't do a lot of twisting in your workouts or in your stretching, I think. So a lot of back strengthening, a lot of the twisting stuff. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start off in cat-cow. So just bring it somewhere in the middle of your mat. Hands under your shoulders, knees under hips, about 2 fist widths apart in your knees. Shoulders back away from your head, neck long. Core slightly engaged, tops of toes touching the ground. Inhale, pull your chest forward, reach your butt up, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round your spine, press into your hands, bring your butt forward under your body, and look up at your belly button. Inhale, come back up, arch. Chest comes forward, butt comes up, look up. And then exhale, round, press into your hands. Round your back, feel your shoulder blades start to open up. And make this movement as slow and as controlled as possible. Inhale, come back up. Long, deep, slow breath, chest forward, shoulders back, and exhale, round. And you can do this on your own breath, on your own pace if you want to. Inhale, back up. Suck in as much air as you can. Open your chest up. Bring your butt up. Look up. And then exhale. Round. Nice, slow, controlled movement. All the way down. Squeeze all the air out. And then bring it back to a neutral spine. And reset. Next one. Reach your right foot, right hand forward. Kick your left foot as far back as it'll go. If there's a wall in the way, you might need to step your foot up a little bit. Inhale to extend in both directions. Lift your belly button up. Keep your bicep by your ear out of your range of vision. Exhale, squeeze your right elbow to your left knee under your body. Press your elbow to your knee really tight around your back. Inhale back up to extend. Kick your toes toward your face. Kick your heel away from you. Exhale, knee to elbow under your body. Inhale, come back up. Listen carefully, take it into awkward airplane, so bring your right hand over to the right, left hand over to the left. So you're making a plus sign with your body. Inhale, extend back forward. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back out. Exhale, awkward airplane. Keep your toes flexed toward your face. Palm faces forward now. Torso moves. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knee to elbow. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale one last time. And then lower your right hand down. Lower your left knee down. Walk your arms out here. Bring some feeling back into your left hand. And then extend your left hand forward. Reach your right foot back as far as it'll go. Heel kicks away from you, toes flex toward you. Pick your belly button up slightly so that your core is engaged. Left bicep by your left ear. Inhale to extend.
Exhale, knee to elbow. Squeeze it in tight. Pressure elbow into your knee. Round your back. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale, back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, awkward airplane. Right foot out to the right, left hand out to the side. Core stays engaged. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, extend. Back forward and exhale, knee to elbow. Squeeze it in tight. Inhale, back out. And exhale, lower your left hand down, lower your right knee down. And pedal your hands out, walk your knees back and forth. Do whatever feels good here. I'm actually going to take a few circles. So take your hips all the way back to the left and then move it over to the right. So you're kind of making a child's pose where you're just going around in circles. Opening up your lower back, stretching your obliques, starting to stretch your hips, getting into your shoulders. Yep, and you can get really into it like Mark's doing now, so you can get all the way down. And then switch sides, so start going counterclockwise. All the way around. Using your hands here to press into the ground to get your hips back even further. And take one or two more. That your knees cracking?
Yep.
Okay.
Some healthy pops.
Alright. And then from here, let's take it into a plank position. So index fingers facing forward, middle fingers out to the corners of the mat, elbows slightly bent, toes tuck, legs straighten, shoulders right over the hands, neck long, shoulders right over the hands, head reaching forward, heels pressing back, and thighs engaging. So you're warming up your legs while you're doing this. Reach your right foot 6 inches up. Keep your shoulders directly over your hands. Keep your toes reaching toward your face, heel pressing away from you. Lower the right foot down. Lift your left foot up 6 inches. Shoulders still directly over your hands, slight bend of your elbows, neck long. Lower the left foot down, right foot up. Right foot down, left foot up. Lower that down, and then lower your upper body down halfway. Shoulders come forward, forearms stay perpendicular to the ground. Squeeze your elbows in tight. Biceps face forward. And then lower your knees down, lower your chest down. Reach your feet back as far as they'll go. Hands under your shoulders. Thighs engage. Press your hips into the ground, and then lift your chest off the ground just a little bit for a baby cobra. Shoulders back away from your head, and then release down. Take it back to a child's pose. And make this kind of an active child's pose. So press your hands into the ground, helping your hips get closer to your heels, and rotate your biceps to face upward so that you're opening up your shoulders, opening up your upper back, starting to separate your shoulder blades. Bringing your breathing back to normal here. All right, and from here, let's take it into down dog. So you can actually keep your hands exactly where they are. Tuck your toes and just straighten your back legs, lift your hips up and back into down dog. Feet about 4 to 6 inches apart. Index fingers facing forward, middle fingers to the top corners of the mat. Biceps rotating so that they're facing up, triceps wrapping around to the back, shoulders as wide as possible. Keep your knees bent if this is really tight for you. And if you're feeling it, you can actually straighten your legs, lift your backs, your knees up toward the ceiling. Shoulders away from your head, neck is relaxed.
Alright, bend your knees, look forward, and take it to turbo dog with bent knees. Tricked you. No, I didn't, but I tried. So elbows are about 1 to 2 inches off the ground here, pressing your hands into the ground, keeping your shoulders away from your head, and then reach back up into down dog, straighten your arms once more. Take a breath there. And then bend your knees and bring your elbows 1 to 2 inches away from the ground. Back to turbo. Shoulders long. Turbo dog or turbo puppy? What is this called?
I call it turbo dog.
I call it, okay, turbo dog. All right. There's a lot of weird names for that. And then bring it back to down dog. Biceps rolling up to face the ceiling, triceps facing back. And then one more. Elbows down toward the ground, knees bend, shoulders away from the head, neck long. All right, and then bend your knees. Unbend your knees, bring it back to down dog. And then bend your knees, look forward, keep your arms straight, step your left foot forward, step your right foot forward, bring it up to a forward fold, relax your head and neck. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, palms touch. Up above your head. Exhale, hands back to center. Chest lifts up, shoulders relax down. Tailbone reaches down, knees slightly bent. So good posture, good mountain pose. And you can actually bring your head up and chin your chin slightly back so that you're creating kind of a double chin effect. And then inhale your arms all the way up, palms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down, knees bend, hinge at the hips, relax your head and neck, look behind you. Inhale up to a flat back, hands on the ground, or hands rise up your shins, chest pulls forward. Exhale, lower back down, step your feet to the back of the mat, bring it into a plank, top of a push-up, core engages. Lower down halfway, elbows in tight, shoulders forward, and from here you can take it into up dog, or you can take your knees down all the way, chest down all the way, and reach up into cobra. And then relax back down, take it into down dog. Try lifting your toes off the ground here so that you're just on the balls of your feet. Spread your shoulders wide, biceps facing upward. And then bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of the mat. However you want to get there, landing lightly. Forward folding once you get to the top. Inhale up to a flat back. Chest pulling forward, shoulders back, and forward fold. Inhale all the way up, palms up overhead to touch. Exhale, hands back to center. Alright, and then bring your arms up into kind of a victory sign. Palms face back, biceps facing back, and then squeeze your knees together, drop it down into a chair pose. Chest lifting, weight to the heels, ribs drawn in toward one another, so not puffing your chest out, keeping your chest drawn in. Drop it down 3 more inches, sit your weight even further back, maybe even to the point that you fall over. So you're making a lightning shaped body, a lightning shaped figure with your body right now. So straight from your butt up to your arms, to your fingertips. And then forward fold, relax down. Inhale up to a flat back. And then lower your hands down, step your left foot to the back, lower your left knee down, untuck your back foot, reach your arms up into a low lunge. And on the exhale, lower your shoulders, relax your shoulders, keep your arms nice and engaged. Biceps facing backward, triceps facing forward, chin lifted, chest lifted. So you're getting as tall as you can while keeping your knees on the ground. Really reaching your tailbone down to the ground, keeping your core strong, keeping your core flat, butt slightly under the body, and pressing your left hip forward here. And then take it to a twist. Bring your right hand back, bring your left hand forward, arms parallel to the ground, shoulders relaxed, palms facing out to the side. Keep your hips facing forward, keep your knee right over your ankle. Neck lifts, chest lifts.
Oh my God.
And then bring it back to center. Lower your hands down. Frame your front foot. Tuck the back toes. Straighten your back leg up to a runner's lunge. Chest off the thighs. Dig your right heel into the ground so you're really activating the hamstring here. And come to your fingertips. Bring your chest off your thighs. Back leg straighten, so really squeeze the left thigh tight here. And then lower your left hand to the ground, reach it up to a twist, bring your right hand straight up, stack it on top of your left arm. Reach your left hip up higher, try and relax your right hip down a little bit so that you square your hips up. And then bring your shoulders away from your head so your neck is long. And you're looking straight up at your right hand, so you're working the neck muscles too. And then lower your right hand down, frame your right foot. Step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Take a forward fold. Relax your head and neck. Inhale up to a flat back, shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, lower your hands down. And step your right foot to the back. So come into a lunge on the opposite leg now. Back toes untuck, knee comes down. Reach your arms overhead. And on the exhale, relax your shoulders. Tailbone reaches down. Right hip squeezes forward, so core is engaged. You can actually bring your hands to your abs here to make sure that you're facing forward. Tendency here is to kind of face off to the side, toward the right, toward whichever hip is back. So you can ensure that you're facing forward. Or bringing your hands to your abdomen, pulling your right hip forward, pulling your left hip back slightly. Tailbone reaches down, chest lifts up, and then bring your arms back up. And then take your right hand forward, take your left hand back, taking it to a twist. Keep your knee directly over your hip and your left leg. Shoulders relax, palms facing out to the side, and twist the face to the left. Neck lifts, chest lifts, hips still facing forward. So even though my upper body's twisting, my hips are still facing in the same direction. Reach your right hand forward another inch, reach your left hand back another inch. And then bring your hands back to center. Lower your hands down to frame your front foot. Dig your left heel into the ground, tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg. Squeeze your right thigh tight, bring your chest off your thigh. Press down through your fingertips. So you're trying to make a straight line with your body from your right heel all the way up to your head. So your neck is in line with your spine, with the rest of your spine. Tailbone reaching toward your back heel, core engaged. And then lower your right hand all the way down. Lift your left hand straight up. Stack your left arm on top of your right arm. Bring your head forward away from your shoulders. Lift your right hip up, lower your left hip. Keep your right thigh engaged and look straight up at your left hand so you're working your neck muscles. And then lower your left hand down. Frame your left foot. Step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Take a forward fold, relax your head and neck. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then sit your hips down low, squeeze your knees together, bring it up into a chair pose. Biceps out of your range of vision, tailbone reaching down so core is strong. Straight line from your tailbone up to your head. Lift your chin up. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then stand up all the way. Bring your hands back to center. Relax your shoulders and lift your chest. All right, Mark, your turn.
All right, passing the baton to me. All right, so standing really tall, Tadasana. Inhale your arms up over your head. Good. Feel the belly draw in as you forward fold, hinging from the hips. Good. Inhale your heart forward, half. Good. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back to low plank, chaturanga. Good. Reaching the heart forward. Good. Rolling the toes over the toes, upward facing dog or cobra. Reaching the heart forward. See if you can draw the belly in slightly to just protect the low back. See if you can spin the biceps forward. And maybe getting the shoulder blades to squeeze back, just to kind of wake up the back body. Good. And then tucking the chin, drawing the belly up and back, down to downward facing dog. Good. In downward facing dog, see if you can engage the thighs and press it towards the back of the room. Try to get a little bit of a lift and feel some lightness in the wrists. Good. And then on an inhale, lifting that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Good. And notice if that right hip is just starting to kind of lift up, try to close that right hip down and press the left thigh back as you find this 3-legged dog. Good. Inhale to plank, right knee in towards your forehead. Feel that right thigh hug up towards the belly. Dome the upper back as much as you can as you spin the biceps forward. Good. 3-legged dog, press it back. Good. Watch that right hip doesn't open up. Come to plank again, right knee towards your left elbow. Take that twist underneath you. Feel that right hip lift up. Engage the obliques there. Little twist. 3-legged dog, press back. Good. This time you can open the hip. So face your belly button to this right wall. Good. And notice if that left shoulder is collapsing. So you can keep that left shoulder square with the right and open the hip. Nice. Close that right hip down. Come to plank, right knee in towards your forehead. Use your core muscles to lift that right thigh up. And then look forward, step the right foot forward in between your thumbs. Left knee comes down, arms reach up, low lunge. Good. So keep that belly in, soften the ribs down, keep that, and then exhale the hips forward. Nice. Pull that right hip back. Yeah, and you're just trying to get some length and some opening across that hip flexion on the left side. So you're going to soften the shoulders down, but lengthen through the side body. Good. Hands to prayer, inhale. Using an exhale, twist left elbow on top of that right knee. Good. So as you take some weight towards that front heel, see if you can get a little bit lighter on that left knee. Yeah. And then, any kind of twist, I kind of think about squeezing the shoulder blades. Twists for me are kind of chest openers, so I'm reaching the sternum up towards the front of the room. Good. And then from here, play with any kind of variation you want. A variation could be curling the back toes, picking up the back knee, or it could be just opening up the arms, feeling the squeeze of the shoulder blades as you twist a little deeper. Good. One more breath here. See if you can bring a little bit more weight forward. Nice. Hands back to prayer. Look down. Release the hands down. Step the right foot back. Find your 3-legged dog once again. Good. This time opening the hip, maybe bending that right knee. Yeah, just feeling a stretch across your abdominals. Keeping that right knee lifted. Belly drawn in. Try to lift your left forearm, left armpit forward. Squaring the shoulders. Nice. And then close the hip down. Right leg floats down. Inhale, plank. Good. Press the thighs up as you lower down, chaturanga, low plank. Rolling over the toes, upward facing dog or cobra. Good. Squeezing the shoulders back. Nice. Down dog, press the belly up and back. All right, finding a few breaths here just to kind of find all four contacts of the mat just really firm, finding some balance. Nice, and then lifting that left leg up, inhale. Good. Just noticing if that left hip is starting to open up. Press your right hip back to square the hips. Press evenly between both hands. Nice. Come to plank, left knee in towards your forehead. Reach the chest forward as you separate the shoulder blades and lift that left thigh up. Good. Three-legged dog. Inhale back. Exhaling, take the twist, left knee towards your right elbow. Notice that you're not dropping into the left shoulder. Keep that left shoulder lifted. Twist a little deeper. Try to get that left knee across a little more. And three-legged dog, press back. Good. One more time. Inhale, plank. Take the little twist. Use your obliques on that left side to lift the hips up. Take the twist. And inhale back. Nice. Come to plank. Left knee in towards your forehead. Try to press that right thigh up towards the sky, lift the left thigh up towards the belly, and then look forward, step the left foot in between your thumbs. Yep, right knee down, arms up, low lunge. Soften the shoulders down, feel the back of the skull lift up. Belly drawn in, see if you can lean the hips forward a little bit more. Yeah, and maybe try to get this left hip to draw back a little bit. Hug the outer right hip in. Good. Hands to prayer, inhale. Keep that length you've created in the spine. Take that twist. Right elbow on top of that left thigh or knee. Good. And from here, work with your hands to find the deeper twist. So maybe that's taking the thumbs more towards the center, towards your sternum. And then feel your sternum reaching towards the front of the room. Yep. Good. Yeah, and then maybe taking any variation that you're ready for today. It could be opening up the arms. It could be curling the toes on that right foot, lifting that back thigh up. Or both. Maybe you open up the arms. Maybe you lift the back knee off the ground. Good. Got one more breath right here. All right. Come back to prayer. If your arms are open, lower the right knee down. Then look down, hands come down. Yep, step that left foot back, three-legged dog, inhale. And then this time open the hip, belly button faces that left wall. You can bend that left knee or you can keep it extended. The most important thing here is try not to squeeze that left glute. Try to keep that left glute soft. Yep, and just checking out that right heel, noticing if it's kind of that right ankle starts to twist. Keep that hugging in. Outer right hip hugs in towards the midline as well. Good. Close the hip. Left foot comes down. Inhale, plank. Good. Take your chaturanga, lower down. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Good. Down dog. Press back. Good. Let's go feet together. Bend the knees. Keep the arms straight though, like they're going to be in down dog. You just take a twist here. Heels to the left, knees to the right. Good, and you're going to sit towards your heels. So feel length across the whole right side of your torso as you press the right hip back away from the right hip wrist. Good, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knees, come to the other side. And just try to even out the pressure on both hands. Yep, you're going to try to keep that right hip lifted as that left hip sits back a little bit more. Good, keep the knees pressed together. Inhale all the way, straighten legs. This time bending the knees. And then look forward, jump to the top of the mat. Find seated chair right away. Bend the knees, arms up. Yeah, and then soften the shoulder blades down on an exhale. Good, sitting a little bit deeper. Inhale, hands to prayer. Good. Exhale, find the twist. Right, left elbow outside the right knee. Good. As you find your prayer twist, the tendency here is for that left hip to bump out. So hug that left hip in and just kind of glance at your knees, make sure that they haven't shifted. Yeah, stabilize all of that and then find the deeper twist. And from here, see if you can shift your weight to your right foot. Can you just pick the left heel off the ground? Good. If that's cool, see if you can flex the left foot off the ground. Okay, you can stay right here. If you feel comfortable and safe, you can balance. Bend that left knee, point the left foot back. Good, even if you can handle a little bit more, maybe that left leg extends back. Keep the heart reaching forward. Good, one more breath. All right, from here, step the left foot back. Find high lunge, arms reach up. Good, exhale, bend that right knee. If you need to, soften that left knee so you can find the extension of the low back, the sacrum down towards the ground. And then keeping the belly engaged, if you want, you can straighten that left leg. Nice, and then hands to prayer. One more twist on this side, left elbow on top of that right knee. Modify if you need to. Either left knee comes down or, take your modification. Or progress it up, maybe looking up towards the sky. Yep, keep pressing that left thigh up. Keep pulling that right hip back. Good, one more breath. And then looking down. Yep, find your balance. You gotta squeeze those inner thighs. Good, hands down. Yep, step the right foot back. Three-legged dog. Good, now open the hip. Bend the right knee. I want you to look underneath your left armpit. Watch that right foot coming up and over. Nice, close the hip. Extend the right leg. Right foot comes down. Inhale, plank. Good, lower down, low plank. Upward facing dog. Good, feel extension towards the back of the neck. Yeah, so I actually try to gaze just in front of the mat. Try not to look up. It's just not my style to kind of crank the neck there. Good, and then tuck the chin. From the belly, lift it up, find down dog. Nice. And then bend the knees, sit deep. Yep, looking forward, try to find lightness as you jump to the top of the mat. Seated chairs, as soon as your feet touch, seated chair. Good, sitting a little bit deeper. Inhaling, hands to prayer. Exhaling, twist. Right elbow outside that left knee. Good, see if you can lean into the heels a little bit more, as if you want to play piano with those toes. And then check out the knees. Has that right knee shifted forward? Try to even out the knees here. Press that right hip back a little bit. Stabilize the pelvis, and then find your twist. Squeezing the shoulder blades a little bit more. Yep. Nice. Looking down if you need it for balance. See if you can put weight all on the left foot. Lift the right heel off the ground. Good. If you're ready to move on, maybe flexing that right foot off the ground. Nice. Use that right elbow to keep that left knee stable. Point the right foot towards the back of the room. Keep the knees together. If that goes well, maybe extending that right leg back, finding balance. Reach the heart forward as you extend the right leg back. Nice. One more breath. And then as gently as you can, step the right foot back. Yep. Find your twist. So shifting that left knee right above that left heel. Reach the heart forward. Press the right thigh up. Nice. Squeeze the inner thighs as you lift your arms up for high lunge. Nice. Sink into that left knee. Find the depth of your high lunge here. Sink those hips down. Reach those arms up.
Hey Mark, can you explain squeezing inner thighs?
Yeah, I want you to think engaging the inner thighs. So this left inner thigh is almost kind of coming down towards the floor, squeezing, and then your right inner thigh is actually spinning up towards the sky, right? So imagine there's like this midline in between your thighs. You're just going to engage, right? You're not going to collapse in. You're just activating the inner thighs, right? So if you find that it's hard to balance on your lunges, maybe you just need to widen out your balance beam a little bit. So make sure they're about hip distance apart with the feet, that one foot isn't directly behind the other. Cool. All right. Inhale your arms up. Good. Hands to prayer. Exhaling, twist right elbow on top or outside that left knee. Good. You can start to play with the engagement in the inner thighs. Use that for balance. Nice. And then looking down, release the hands down, step the left foot back, and then lift that left leg up, three-legged dog. Good. Bend the knee, open the hip. Look underneath your right armpit. It'll help you keep this right arm lifting and not collapsing into the shoulder. And then watch that left foot come up and over. Keep that outer right hip hugging in towards the midline. Good. Open up a little bit more if you can. Good. Close the hip, extend that left leg. Inhale the plank. Left foot comes down. Low plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. So see if you can squeeze the shoulders back. Take the front of the shoulders towards the back plane of the body. Nice. And then bend the arms, forehead touches the ground. Find child's pose, like a little push-up, press up and back, keep the knees down. And then find some length and find your breath here. Child's pose. It's yours.
Is it my turn?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, my turn. Walk your hands over to the right side. Stretch out the left side of your body. Make sure you're pressing your left hip to the ground here, so you're keeping your hips even. Getting a really nice stretch, again, on the left side of your body. Slow your breathing down, bring it back to normal. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Really extend your right hand forward, but keep your right hip down. Hips even. Breath long. In and out through the nose. And then bring your hands forward. Press your hands into the ground. Grab the ground with your fingertips. Keep your elbows just off the ground. And then tuck your back toes. Bring it into, again, turbo dog. Knees slightly off the ground. Hands pressing into the ground, reaching your hips back. Creating length. Keeping your core strong. Shoulders away from your head. And then straighten your legs. Straighten your arms. Bring it into down dog. And then a little bit of a variation here. Bring your arms out wide. Wide down dog here. Turn your biceps face straight up. Press your heels toward the ground. Toes lift off the ground so that you're just on the balls of your feet. And really spin your biceps to face up here. Triceps facing back. Really opening up your shoulder blades. Head and neck relaxed. So you can shake it no, shake it yes. You're relaxed here. All right, bring your hands back to normal. Down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of the mat lightly. If you need to step to take it lightly, do so. And if you can do a handstand, then do a handstand. I gotta try it just to do it. Yeah. Oh, and then forward fold once you get up there all the way. Inhale up to a flat back. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Press into your heels. Palms touch. Exhale, hands back to center. All right, bring your arms at your side. Palms facing straight out. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chest lifting up. Tailbone reaching down. Slight bend to your knees, thighs engaged, big toes touching, grabbing the ground with your feet. Really nice mountain pose here, getting a really nice base, feeling very strong here. So there's actually been studies done. When you stand like this, when you stand big, right, when you're taking up a lot of space, your confidence goes up. So one of the things I do in some of my classes, I'll have people just stand here like this, or like bring their arms up really wide like this, or do something ridiculous like that for 1 or 2 minutes at the beginning of the class, just so they bring up their confidence levels, and it makes a difference. You can do that with anything in life. So just something cool I thought I'd share with you. All right, inhale your arms all the way back up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet to the back. Bring it back to plank. Lower down halfway. Bring your knees down, chest down, or take it into up dog. And then reach up into cobra. Tops of toes touching the ground. Thighs engaging. Inner thighs rolling in up toward the ceiling. And then relax back down. From here, press up. Take it back into down dog. All right, we're going to move into one more standing series. Inhale your right foot up to the ceiling. Exhale, right foot forward. Plant it down between your hands. Keep your back leg straight, strong. Bring your core under your body. Butt draws forward, core engaging, and then lift straight up into a high lunge. So ideally, you don't even need to change your legs when you get up into a high lunge from that low lunge, because you've done all the proper things. You've engaged your core properly so that you're ready to get up there. Straight in your body from your pubic bone up to your head. And then bring your hands to center. Bring your chest forward. Twist. Left elbow hooks on the right knee. Shoulder blades draw together. Chest pulls forward. And then from here, we're going to open up into warrior two. Draw it forward. Reach your left hand up and back. Right arm comes forward. Right leg doesn't even change. And you're in warrior two. Tailbone reaching down, shoulders and chest facing out to the side. Shoulders relaxed, fingers spread wide. Press your right shin forward, squeeze your left leg tight. And then pick your heel off the ground in your right foot. You can't see it, but we're doing it, just balancing on the toes, and then press your right knee forward. Keep your back leg straight, and then lower the heel down. So a little bit deeper here now. And then reach your right hand up and back, reverse warrior. But instead of letting your left hand be lazy, lift your left hand up. Like you're holding a beach ball or something, or a giant globe. Keeping your core strong, keeping your right shin pressing forward, reaching up with both hands. And then taking your arms same distance apart into a side angle pose. Twisting your left shoulder back, or rolling it back rather. Keeping your core pressing forward, keeping your chin lifted, and reach your chest forward even more. And then bring it back to warrior two. And then lower your hands down. Frame your front foot. And then step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Into a plank, lower down halfway, move through your vinyasa. And then back to down dog when you're all ready. Left heel reaches up. And then exhale, bring the left foot forward, plant it down between your hands. Right leg squeezes tight, tailbone draws down toward your right heel. Press your left heel into the ground. Compress your core. Lift your chest off the ground. Bring your arms straight up into a high lunge. Back leg is straight. Pulling the right hip forward. Left hip back. Tailbone drawing down. Core pressing. Core engaging. Tailbone reaching down rather. Straight. Again from your pubic bone up to your head. Inhale. Draw it forward. Hands to center, exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. So as your air leaves your lungs and your body gets smaller, you can twist deeper. So as you inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, you twist. And then bring your hands back to center. Lower your hands. I'm sorry, no, from here. You were right. All right, from here, open up into warrior two. Twist back to center. Reach your right hand up and back. Spin your back foot down. Left arm points forward. Front foot remains the same. Tailbone reaching down, right hip drawing back, left heel pointing to the arch in your right foot, arms out at the side, shoulders relaxed. And then bring your toes, your heels off the ground and your front foot, bend forward more into your front knee, and then lower the heel down so you get a little bit deeper. If you're looking in a mirror right now, you want to try and hide as much as you can, as much of your back body as you can with the front of your body. And then reverse warrior, reach your left hand up, reach your right hand up to meet it, holding that giant beach ball, lifting up to the left side of your body, reaching up to the right side of your body. And then transferring your arms forward to side angle, still holding that giant beach ball, rolling your right shoulder back, getting that nice twist. And then back to warrior two. Windmill your hands down, frame your front foot. Take your left foot back to meet your right foot. Lower down halfway, moving through vinyasa. And take it into up dog or into cobra. Biceps face forward, tailbone reaching down. Head lifting. And then back to down dog. One more shoulder opener here. And then we'll take it down to the ground for good. Moving into dolphin. Take your forearms down to the ground in line with your shoulders. Keep your shoulders tall, neck long, shoulders right above your elbows, and then start to walk your feet forward. Walk it in a few more inches. Lift your right leg up. Toes flex toward your face, hips even. Lower your right foot down. Walk it in another inch. Lift your left foot up. Lower your left foot down. Walk it in another few inches. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8. Lift your hips up. Press your forearms into the ground. Lift your shoulders up. Toes off the ground so that you're just on the balls of your feet for 4. Squeeze your core. Lift your belly up and in. 2, 1. And then take your knees down. Rest however you want to here. Maybe take a child's pose. Relax your arms along your side. So Mark's doing a variation where he doesn't have to use his arms at all, keeping them over his head. You can also take your arms along your sides, palms facing up. And let your shoulders relax away from your head. Shoulders always down, not scrunched up toward your head, compressing the neck. Hips reaching back, opening up the lower back. All right, and then bring your hands forward, lower down all the way onto your chest. So when coming to a prone position, hands under your shoulders. Mark, you want to take us to some back strengtheners?
Okay, so why don't we start with basic, just reaching your arms back, spin your palms.
Hold on, let me adjust camera so we can see everything. Let's do this. Set change. Boom. That work? Oh yeah, perfect. Let's do this thing. Okay.
All right. Laying on your belly in a prone position. Go ahead and just wiggle your hips side to side. Just kind of find some settledness in the hips. You're gonna feel the low back soften. Yeah, and then you're just gonna reach the arms back. Yep. Internally rotate the arms so that the thumbs are closer to your hips. And from here, start to roll the shoulders up and back. Feel a squeeze of the shoulder blades. Then start to reach your fingertips towards the back of the room, and that will actually use that to find a lift in the chest. Good. Continue breathing long. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. Yeah, so I kind of look at the mat here. Good. Spin the inner thighs up towards the ceiling and try to unclench the glutes. Find a little bit more lift in the chest. Good. And then from here, hold this or reach behind, clasp. Yeah, interlace the fingertips. Once you extend the arms, keep a little bit of soft bend in the elbows. Yeah, and try to get your fist off of your low back. Good. If you want to lift up the feet here, you can do that, but try to get extension through the legs by not using your glutes to find the lift. Reach the heart forward a little bit more. Good. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, soften, release down. Good. Yep, wiggle the hips side to side. Take your head to one side.
I think I just popped a blood vessel.
What? From what?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not about how high you go or the struggle. Just find I guess it's the extension of the pose without having to struggle. You'll know when you start to lose your breath. So, all right. Taking another variation, you can bend the knees here, grab the ankles. Okay. All right, once you have a hold of the ankles, I bring my knees slightly closer together, especially if you've kind of splayed them out to grab the ankles. Keep the inner thighs somewhat engaged. Flex the feet. Use that to initiate the lift in the chest. And then for this pose, it's all thighs. So squeeze the thighs, press it back, and use that to lift the chest, spread through the collarbones, maybe squeezing the shoulder blades slightly. Yep, feel the chest rise a little bit more. If you want to lift the thighs up, good. Make sure the breath is still free and natural and long. Good, one more little lift. And exhale, release. Good, release the feet, place the other side under face down, and just wiggle side to side. All right. And then after any kind of back bend, I like to find child's pose. So hands underneath your shoulders. Try to stay super low. Just press back to child's pose. Try to stay super low. Good. Feel length all the way from the fingertips to the tailbone. Good. And then walking your hands back in, come up to a kneeling position. Yeah, lift your seat up off of your heels. We'll do camel.
Sure.
It's a good one. All right, so from here, you're either going to go fingertips up the back, but if you have tight shoulders or you have sensitive wrists, I just go to fists, right? So start there. Hands are just right above the butts, your glutes, right? See if you can point the elbows towards the back of the room, lift the chest up. From here, you're going to press the hips forward, find a lift in the chest as you maybe lean and find a little back bend. The back bend is really coming from the mid, upper back, right? Engage your thighs a little bit and see if you can find some length out of the low back, right? So use your fist to press that sacrum down. Feel all the way to the back of the skull, lift reach towards the back of the room. Good. You can stay right here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can either keep your feet pointed behind you or curl the toes, and maybe one hand reaches for the heel, the other hand reaches for the heel, and taking full camel, lifting all the way up. Good. Just make sure you're not feeling anything in the low back. Engaging the belly will help kind of protect the low back. Good, yeah, one more breath right here. Feel a lift in the chest. Yep, and then take it out, tuck the chin. Use the strength of your core to lift back up. Good, inhale your arms up, find that tall spine. Exhale, child's pose. Just press the hips back, find length, and soften that low back. You can even soften the elbows and the forearms, and soften that forehead to your mat. All right, go ahead. Unless you want me to do more.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right.
let's take it to the front of the mat from here. So bring it into a seated position. You can do that any way you want. If you just want to roll onto one side and turn over, go for that. If you want to jump your feet through your hands, go for that. But we're nearing the end, so let's just easily take it into a seated position. And from here, I'll roll onto your back. Maybe a few more little cool down poses. Roll down onto your back, take a happy baby. So I'm going to give you a side angle view because why not? Knees out to the side, elbows to the insides of your knees. Grab the outsides of your feet. Press your heels straight up toward the ceiling. Flex your toes toward your face. And use your arm strength to pull your knees down toward the ground. Feet toward your armpits. And if you can touch your lower back to the ground while doing this, then you can roll from side to side. Get a really nice massage for your lower back here. And after all those back bends, after all those back strengtheners, those chest openers, this is going to feel really good on your lower back. But also make sure that you're pulling your feet in, that you're pressing your feet away from you. So you're getting that active hip stretch. All right, and then from here, now Mark and I have a wall here, so we're going to do legs up the wall pose, literally against the wall. If you don't have a wall, you can just substitute by literally just sticking your feet straight up in the air and pressing your lower back into the ground. But because we have the support of the wall, we're going to use the wall. Just works a lot better. So get your butt up as close as you can to the wall. Stick your legs straight up. Press your glutes to the wall. Press your lower back to the ground. Flex your toes toward your face. And then really press your lower back to the ground. So you'll know that the stretch is happening when you start to really press your lower back into the ground. It doesn't happen unless you do that. And then try and press your legs to the wall. So you're making this really nice L with your body. If you're a little tighter in your hamstrings, this is difficult. Feels pretty nice. If you're like Mark and I, and you do yoga every day, pretty open. So,
you know, a nice variation on this, if you want, is just take it to Konasana. So lift feet together, knees out. Just work the hands, just kind of pressing the inner thighs to lengthen. I kind of find that that's kind of nice, and it releases into the hip flexors.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's another nice restorative one as well.
Yeah, same exactly, baby.
Yeah. So take your variation.
Yep, and then also from here, if you want, you can take cloud pose. So actually just bring your shoulders up, or bring your back up. So you're coming into like a shoulder stand actually to start off with. So pose straight up at the ground, balancing on your shoulders rather than your neck. Toes straight up, and then from here, slowly lowering your feet toward the ground over your head. Hips are going to come slightly forward. And this is a really nice release for your lower back. Toes touch the ground. And if you can straighten your legs here, straighten your legs, and then bring your toes even closer to your head. So you're pulling your hips toward the front, keeping your toes touching the ground, keeping your legs engaged. And then if you want to get a little bit more passive, you can bend your legs, bring your knees out to the side. Try to keep the weight on your shoulders rather than your neck. And this is a really nice relief for your lower back. And then to come out of it, you can come back up to shoulder stand, or you can come straight back to your lower back to the ground. And do it as lightly as you can. There's a wall in the way, so it's not as fun. But cool challenge is if you actually, and you're unsupported from the wall, to go back as lightly as you can, vertebra by vertebra, to the ground. All right, so taking it out of inversions, let's bring it back to a seated position and wrap it up. All right, cool. So, yeah, had Mark with me today. That was really exciting. I definitely learned a lot. I always like hanging out with Mark because he always gets in depth with the poses in a way that I don't get. I mean, I get in depth with the poses, but I focus on different things. And, everybody focuses on different things. You notice different things that you're teaching yoga. And those breakthroughs really happen when you're doing yoga on your own, when you're doing it, like we're doing it, like hours a day. And you're just, sitting there doing yoga by yourself. It sounds depressing. It's not. But you're sitting there doing yoga by yourself, and you notice these little things. You're like, okay, wait, what if I pull my shoulder back? Or what if I think about squeezing my shoulder blades together here? And these little tweaks help really to open up your body, to make you stronger in certain ways that you wouldn't really figure out if you were just listening to other people talk. You can listen to good famous instructors all day, but those breakthroughs really come through when you're doing yoga on your own.
Yeah, and I feel like if everyone out there is starting to develop a home practice, which I'm a big fan of, make it interesting. Invite a friend over and watch each other. You can almost they can almost be your mirror. So as you take a pose and you're watching them, you do the correction that you feel like they need, and you can learn and progress your practice that way, and it makes it kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so practice with a buddy and share it.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess just a couple announcements. These t-shirts are on sale now. They're available on the Facebook page. If you just go to, there's little boxes, right, about photos, and right next to the photo box, there's a link for the marketplace on Facebook for the t-shirts. Until Wednesday, actually, they are $5 off if you enter in the code MANFLOW20 at checkout, so you can do that. Other than that, keep following the YouTube channel for more videos. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/manfulyoga. Every Thursday, I write a new blog. This week, I don't know what it's going to be yet. I usually write it the day of, the day before, just to keep it spontaneous. Last week, it was about caffeine. The week before that, it was about, honestly, I can't remember. But they're cool. They're well written, I'm told. And yeah, stay tuned. I will see you guys later.
Thanks, Gene, for having me over.
Of course.
Saved my ass, dude. So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, thanks. Follow this guy. He knows what he's doing. So thanks again, Manflow.
Yeah.
And hope to see you guys around.
Cool. See you guys later.
Namaste.
Namaste.